Well, this was unexpected. Normally, I do my videos daily on opening what's behind the door of each door of the Minis Advent Calendar. But apparently, I ordered this off of Amazon, and it came in today. The official Gravedigger 40th Anniversary 8-pack. And my oh my, I have got to say, compared to the Gravedigger Evolution 5-pack, this is by far the coolest Gravedigger diecast pack I had ever seen. Because, well, we all know recently Gravedigger celebrated its 40th anniversary. I mean, who knows what's going to be next when Gravedigger turns 45 years old. But we also do have slightly some evolution involving Gravedigger, such as the red primer truck, Gravedigger the Legend representing Gravedigger number 1, and instead of having the official Grandma Gravedigger, this is Grandma Gravedigger off of the Gravedigger the Legend casting. We'll talk about that very, very shortly. You've also got the Ride Truck Gravedigger like we saw in 2020 as a chase piece, but it also has been seen as a Toy Fair exclusive for the 2021 season. And also this year, it was also in a double packs featuring Gravedigger Ride Truck and Megalodon Ride Truck, which goes well together because there is both the Gravedigger and Megalodon Ride Truck. The only oddest truck to see out of this pack is Son of a Digger, because we all know Son of a Digger was not part of the Encore, but it was definitely parked sideline to where the stunt would take place. And then looking at the top, we got a normal Gravedigger, 40th Anniversary Gravedigger, and the purple 30th Anniversary Gravedigger. Kind of doing a makeshift, jump. But everyone knows we only had one Gravedigger doing a jump over others, and that was the 40th by Adam Anderson. I'm going to cut these trucks free very, very soon so we can look at them up close. But first, I'm going to give you one last look around the packing. So, on this side, we got the Monster Jam logo and a picture of Gravedigger. Set includes content / well, in another language, including 8 digger trucks, plus a green crush car and a ramp, as you may have seen underneath Primer Gravedigger and Son of a Digger. You'll probably see them better when I pull them out. Back here, this is a really cool shot from the actual Encore stunt of Adam Anderson using the 40th Anniversary Digger to jump over all of those diggers. And I gotta say, that was the coolest stunt I've ever seen. I was almost wishing that Weston Anderson would do a stunt like that since it was rookie year, but after realizing that Adam Anderson used Megalodon to jump over 8 trucks in the Breaking World Records episode of the Diesel Brothers, then I figured why not let Adam do the real stunt of jumping over gravediggers like this in more of a horizontal position, I'd say, rather than a vertical position, because normally the trucks we jump over are looking like this in vertical, but instead they would park like this in a horizontal pattern. I mean, to jump over other trucks like that in a horizontal position has never been attempted until by then. And I gotta say, I was in awe when I saw this on the live stream. So yeah, this is a still motion shot of it, as Ryan said. I mean, it's not like there could be a whole bunch of 40th Anniversary diggers doing this. Just a still motion shot, making it mimic as if it was like a train of diggers. Alright, moving on this side of the packing, you have the Monster Jam logo and the 40th Anniversary Gravedigger emblem. And then we're back to the trucks that I am simply gonna, well, cut free using a pair of scissors, because obviously they're all held in using these, rubber band wires, so no need for me to open any doors. Just use a pair of scissors, cut, and then we're good to go. So let's get these trucks cut free. All right, and here they are, now free out of their package. And so here's our 2 accessories included, including this green crush car and this ramp, which we all know were basic mainline accessories with every mainline series truck in 2022. But these are still keepers in case I wanted to do a track or something. But let's keep our main focus on the trucks, and so we'll talk about them. Now, like I said, the most oddest truck out of here is Son of a Digger, because like I said, Son of a Digger here, he was not part of the Encore. But according to the review I saw from my friend Curry Gaming, well, he was the last out to do the regular freestyle. And even though he broke like that, still, he was parked in a very good position where he was very readily visible to at least be a display truck, part of the 40th anniversary stunt. And I gotta say, Spin Master did a bang-up job here with Son of a Digger. Because, yeah, you can see the Megalodon fin is over there, replacing the Avenger hood. So, yeah, quite the change made here, but I'm glad it's still a very accurate Son of a Digger with the accurate grille now, making everything the way it should be. Alright, well, now let's get on to the trucks that would have been part of the stunt. So, as we all know, the first truck out was this one, the Prime Digger. And as you can see, basically, I know it may not look anything like what the real one looked like. Basically, this is just red primer Gravedigger that's bolted onto a CRD chassis, like the one that Weston Anderson drove in, like that. Because, yeah, you can see there are still these visible slots over here where when Primer Digger was bolted onto its vintage Leaford chassis and it had its front engine over here with the smokestack exhausts coming out like that. But as we all knew, this is definitely a good try on the Primer Digger that Weston drove on. But basically the real one was a little bit more makeshift, but it was a lot more prototypical. Because as Ryan said in his review, that when we saw a digger like this in the 2010 Collision Encore like that, it was basically just a Willys body with a normal Gravedigger hood like that, bolted to the hood like that. That was how the red primer Gravedigger was made up for the 2010 Encore. But this time they made it look a little bit more accurate like that. And I know this is basically normal red primer Gravedigger bolted onto a CRD chassis, but it's cool. Except the red is not as red as it used to be. I don't know why, but it looks a little bit more pale. And I don't know or care why, but I'll let Spin Master pass on this, because the best thing is that we still got the famous quote on the tailgate saying, "We ain't bad, but the bad don't mess with us." So we're going to put this over here as we're preparing to do our own 40th stunt. And so obviously the second truck that came out, driven by Brandon Vincent, was Gravedigger the Legend. And this is not what we saw in World Finals 21. Obviously, this is the van style casting, like what Adam Anderson drove between 2011 and 2015. I know the one we saw in the Encore was basically a Gravedigger the Legend based off of the normal Gravedigger hood that Tony Farrell drove, as well as Adam Anderson, before this van style casting came out. And apparently a regular Gravedigger casting, I meant to say, like this one, is being used to try to recreate the 2010 version of Gravedigger the Legend, except with not saying Gravedigger the Legend. If you haven't seen Ryan's review on that, you'll know what I mean by it. It'll look pretty cool when I get it. But other than that, I know this is what Gravedigger the Legend was really meant to be. But the reason why they decided not to use this molding, or whatever you want to call it, body or so, the reason why it wasn't used on the Gravedigger the Legend for the Encore was because apparently, if you remember the 35th anniversary Encore, that this style of Gravedigger the Legend was bolted to Adam Anderson's regular Gravedigger during the 35th anniversary Encore, but was ultimately destroyed. So I'm afraid Feld doesn't have this kind of style of body anymore for Gravedigger the Legend, even in Encores like that. But what else could I say? Spin Master did what they had to do, so I'll definitely give it a pass. So we're going to park him over here and get on to our next truck. Gravedigger the Legend, that was driven on by Tyler Meninga. Now, as you're seeing, basically this is the Grandma Gravedigger that's definitely been repainted off this Gravedigger the Legend casting. See how they look alike in casting and body style like that? I've been wanting to have Spin Master do this style Gravedigger the Legend because this is what's been used in many of Gravedigger encores, such as the 30th, 35th, and now 40th, and thankfully has never been destroyed during the encores like that. I'm glad it's been utilized for all three of those encores, 30th, 35th, and 40th. And I know that this doesn't look accurate to what you saw in the encore. That's because this is Spin Master's first time doing this. And yeah, these are the same decals as when we got Grandma Gravedigger on the vintage Leafer chassis, like that. So this is just a start for Spin Master. So I say you give everybody who's got this should give Spin Master a pass on this. I will. Because this is just a start of them doing this. But other than that, this is a really good representation of Grandma Gravedigger off of the Gravedigger Legend casting like that. And it looks the same on the back where you got the Grim Reaper and the two tombstones saying Spin Master and Monster Jam. The same foggy ghost like that with the moon and the haunted house like that and the Monster Jam logo. So there you have it, Grandma Gravedigger. And then after that, we would have an appearance by the Ride Truck Gravedigger. And apparently this is modeled after the Gravedigger 11, I believe, ride truck that I just don't see around anymore. The Gravedigger ride truck you saw during the encore is known as Gravedigger ride truck number 14 with forward-facing seats instead of like side-facing seats that face towards each other like that. And yeah, this is okay to have in place because this was Spin Master's original ride truck casting, and it's really cool. Because as you can see, while it is still on the vintage Leafer chassis, instead of having the old tires, it has the BKT tires, which is a really good match. So, new look on the ride truck there. Basically, it made an appearance with drivers such as Ryan Anderson, Dennis Anderson, and Charlie Pauken. I wish other old drivers were in it, such as Pablo Huffaker, Randy Brown, Morgan Kane, and Carl Van Horn. All those other good drivers. But we got what we got. And plus, they needed to make room for the other drivers to sit in it during the stunt. So, as usual, Son of a Digger was parked off to the side. And then before we got into the stunt, what would have normally been the 25th anniversary Gravedigger just turned out to be a normal Gravedigger. Although it was the black and green 25th anniversary rather than the chrome one that we saw driven by Dennis at World Finals 8 in 2007. But we are getting that revised version in the first series of the Spin Master main line, which I can't wait to get. And I'm guessing there wasn't enough graphics to pass on to Jordan at the design team to make this a black and green version of the 25th anniversary. However, we did get a chromed out version of the black and green 25th anniversary Digger, which I know was not all that prototypical, but it was like, I'd say, the chromed out version of it. I'll talk about that in another video. Eventually, maybe when we get the revised 25th anniversary is when I'll talk about that. And so, even though this normal Gravedigger is in place of the 25th anniversary, it is, as Ryan at OCD said, very prototypical. You got the correct neon green chassis and some neon green bead locks and tire rims. So yeah, very, very accurate. So, definitely a pass for it. Now we're going to get into the rest of the anniversary schemes. And that starts off next with the 30th anniversary scheme, like we got in Series 16 in 2021. And I have to admit, the purple version of 30th anniversary is getting a lot of loving, even though I enjoyed the green one the most. Although the thing I didn't like about Hot Wheels release on it was that, along with the body being purple, they would actually put a purple roll cage. Whether it was a 1/64th scale release or a 1/24th scale release. That was like totally not prototypical of them to do the purple body on a purple roll cage like that. But now that Spin Master has stepped up, making sure it would look more accurate, now I like what they did. And yeah, this is kind of a copy off of the Series 16 one, except the Grim Reaper on the side is gold tinted rather than silver tinted. The real body actually had 3D Gravedigger title and a 3D Grim like that. And I understand if Spin Master could not do that, probably because of cost-saving measures, that's okay. I'm fine the way it looks. And the green beadlocks on this look really cool, but I can't remember if the purple 30th anniversary digger had green beadlocks or purple beadlocks to match the body or not. But it is what it is. But finally, we conclude with the 40th anniversary Gravedigger, which definitely has a little bit more accuracy, because the original release of this version of the 40th anniversary that we got in Series 27 in 2022 had no beadlocks at all, just some simple BKTs and all. But this one definitely does have the purple beadlocks like the real one did. Apparently has a resemblance to Brandon Vincent and his Gravedigger. So, all that's left to do now is to conclude with the makeshift jump. Vroom! And then park it right here. Okay, I may not be able to park it all that well, but yeah, there you have it. My official 40th anniversary 8-pack with my reenactment of the Encore. And yeah, before all those others were jumped over, all the other drivers, Weston, Brandon, Tyler, Kristen, and Zimmer Jr., Zimmer Sr., would step out of them and then hop into here. And I believe during the stunt, the ride truck would be in this position to observe it a little better, but then would come back over here to offload them. But there you have it. My official 40th anniversary Gravedigger 8-pack. What a cool pack to have in my collection, especially as a Gravedigger fan. So there you have it. Long live Gravedigger. Thank you for watching our 40th anniversary Bad to the Bone for 40 to 41 years. And with next year 42 years, Bad to the Bone. Thank you for watching. Have a good grave-digging Christmas. As Cameron at Pinchio Wait is signing and pinching out.